Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, He Married an Older Woman and Regrets It. Let's get right into it.
I'm 36 years old, and bro, I'd never get married again, bro. I'd never fucking get married again, dog. Cause I used to be married, about damn shit. I think it was about 10 years ago, 10, 11, 12. I don't even remember this shit so long ago. But I was married to an older woman. You know, I was probably like 24, something like that. My wife, she was like 32 or something like that. You know what I mean? I always been dating. I always dated older women. I always have dated older women. How about you? Comment below, let us know, man. What type of women you like, younger, older? Let me know, or your same age. But anyway, our relationship we had was straight. Only problem that really, only reason why we didn't get along in my last relationship, because we was unequally yoked, bro. I wanted to do entrepreneur shit. She wanted me to do this type of stuff. And we just didn't see eye to eye, She wanted to be like this, I wanted to be like that. And we just slowly, gradually just separated. We slowly became uninterested in each other. But it wasn't no beef shit. You know what I mean? My ex-wife, let me go. She didn't ask for no money. You know what I mean? She didn't ask me for no money or nothing. We still cool to this day, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I forever got heart for my ex-wife, because she could have did like these grimy bitches do out here. She could have got money off me. She could have put me on alimony and all that bullshit. She ain't do none of that shit. She a G.
She probably didn't do it because she probably made most of the money. I don't know. I'm just guessing, right? You said she was older, you were younger, and she didn't take you for any money. Clearly, you didn't have no money. I don't know. I don't mean to judge the brother, but generally, if I had to guess, a girl who's 32 years old marrying a younger man who's like 24, I think you said you were, right? That's a big gap, right? Almost 10 years apart. Some women would consider that predatory, right? If you're a 32-year-old man dating a 24-year-old woman married, they'll call it predators, right? So she probably was established in her life, probably got the bag, but the only thing she don't got is a husband, so she went and got a husband. Probably couldn't get somebody her age, right? Because maybe she's domineering and she got you because you thought to yourself, oh, she got the bag, she got the money, so I'll date her, And you guys end up splitting up because it sounds like you couldn't control your household, you couldn't lead it properly. She wanted to go one way, you wanted to go another way, and y'all didn't work out, okay? And generally, if I had to guess what this is that she was trying to lead, you didn't want her to lead, and so you end up leaving it, right? But it wasn't right from the start, right? And man, I talk about this a lot, especially shout out to everybody download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It gives away a lot of this type of game when it comes to like dating women, right? Some of the secrets for dating women. So if you want that book, link below. It's my free ebook. But a lot of men, they don't understand the games. That's why they run into this. I would never advise a man to marry an older woman. Right? An older woman, that means her eggs are almost gone. Hell no. We want youth and fertility and women that know how to be molded into the woman that we need. Okay? So I think he messed up from the beginning by marrying an older woman. I'm just saying.
And she always was a breadwinner. My ex-wife was always a breadwinner. She always got money. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I got with her, because she made money. I wasn't even making a lot of money like she made at the time, bro. So, shit, let me know about y'all exes and shit in the comment section too, man. This is what it's all about on the Man Cave channel. We just talking as if we was in the barbershop together, bro. But I can only talk in this case, but the whole time when I was in that relationship, bro, I felt like I was walking on fucking eggshells. I felt like I couldn't do shit. Bro, marriage feel like prison, bro. Feel like jail. It feel like you locked up in that shit, like you can't be this way. Gotta start going to fucking church and shit. You gotta act like you holy and endowed. You can't cuss. You gotta wear a damn ring around all the time. And it's like that fucking ring holds some type of spell on it. I don't know. It's like when you wearing that motherfucking ring, it's like that shit is like a spell on you. It's like, everybody's seeing it, especially if you're a man and you got that shit on. That's the first thing girls notice. Girls nosy as hell. They see every little thing. They see your damn crouch print. You feel me? They looking at your fingernails, and if you groom your fingernails, get a manicure and shit, they see the ring. But see, these modern day girls, bro, they so twisted, they'll like a nigga with a ring more than they like a nigga with not the ring, because she see responsibility in him. Shit like that. Because when I used to have my ring on, bro, there's so many girls wanted me, dog. Just like they probably wanted you. But I used to wear my ring I ain't gonna lie. I used to take that shit off sometimes. I used to go certain places, dog. I used to go certain places. I wasn't cheating. I ain't never cheat on my wife, but I would try to like take that shit off just to see what it still feel like to be normal. You feel me? I ain't never cheat. I ain't never sleep with no girl while I was married at all, period. Not until we both figured out each other didn't like each other and she had somebody and then I went and got somebody.
Oh, wow. So I never cheated on my wife until we realized we didn't like each other and then she had somebody and I got somebody. Imagine that. So here's this guy, and shout out to him. He's 36 now, but he got married when he was 24. And when he was married, he felt like he was walking on eggshells. Well, gee, why did you feel like that? And he blamed it on being married. Oh, man, when you're married, you got to go to church. You know, I felt like I was walking on eggshells. Like, we didn't do nothing I wanted to do. And that means she was controlling the relationship. See, I wouldn't tolerate this from the start. I meet girls like this all the time. That's why I tell people if I want to, I could be married. I'd be married to a situation like that where the girl's controlling my life and running me. But I'll never tolerate that. No, I'm the man. So we're going to do what I say we're going to do, okay? I'm a leader. I'm a benevolent leader, but I'm a leader nonetheless. Now, some men, they're going to date a woman. They're going to say to themselves, oh, she got money. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'll date her because that'll be an easy way for me to get a house. But if she got the money and it's her house, she going to make the rules. And that's why you're walking on eggshells. Fellas, this is not the way to get married. This is not all marriages. It was just his marriage, right? This is not one of the flaws of marriage. This is actually one of the flaws of not maintaining masculine frame and not having a woman follow your lead. If you follow a woman's lead, you're going to walk on eggshells. I'll never date a girl while I'm walking on eggshells. If anything, she's walking on eggshells. Yeah. No. I'm not tiptoeing around you, and men are not supposed to tiptoe. You ain't tiptoeing. Hell no. So he was the submissive one, and she was the dominant one. And that's why they got a divorce. And it's funny because she ended up cheating on him when they realized they didn't like each other. That's not what you do when you're married. So, okay, so you're supposed to go to church together. You out here walking on eggshells. You want to go one way, she's supposed to go another way. But she can't hold up her vows until you get a divorce. She already got somebody else while you're married to her. This is the modern woman. And let me tell you something. Modern women will do whatever you allow them to do. A lot of these men, I got some good friends. Some of my good friends, their woman walks all over them. She wears the pants. Why? Because they like having a woman. They don't want to rock the boat. They're scared. They're so scared of losing her. Bro, I'm not scared of losing nobody. What? Girl, go. You got to be okay with being alone, and you want a woman that's going to compliment your life. Never try to compliment a woman's life. That will never work because at the end of the day, you're a man. So you're going to want your freedom. So I'm looking at his situation, and if you get married under these pretenses, yeah, it's going to be bad. It was bad from the start. The fact that she was making more money than you and you didn't have the proper frame, because if I'm the kind of dude, I'm married to a girl that makes more money than me, one, I'm not going to be intimidated of that. You know, go ahead, you can make more bread, get your bread. But believe me, I'm still making the rules in this house. You're still going to be submitted to me. You understand? Because that's pimp. That's player. That's how you got to, you know what I'm saying? That's how you got to know how to carry that. We call that pimp. We call that player. But really, that's just knowing how to be a man, how to be a leader. You feel me? So, you know, I think he got the game messed up. I think he got the game messed up. He needs to read my free ebook. For real, for real. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to women, women are only as powerful as we allow them to be. That's it. The minute men decide that we're taking all the power away from women, it's gone. Because we got the monopoly on force. We got the monopoly on force. Women can't force us to do what they want us to do, but we can force them to do what we want them to do. We ain't going to, but we could. You understand what I'm saying? So it's only right that they follow our lead. I'm just saying. It's only right.
But we were cool though. But like I said, bro, I'll never get married again because that, like, marriage was cool at once upon a time in society. Like, that shit was cool back when the baby boomer generation was you know, in style. Like, you know, it was cool when our mamas and them was going to school and shit, and they had their baby, your daddy and whoever. It was cool then because because we didn't live in the digital age and shit back in them times. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have social media. They didn't have all this stuff nowadays that is a distraction for relationships and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't have a marriage nowadays. I don't think like you can, but it ain't. It's harder. It's more problems because these cell phones, bro, are women's best friend, and these cell phones are the enemy, bro. Like, as long as your girl got her cell phone and she ain't with you, she got access to everything on the internet. Any guys, all kind of guys, and she gonna be on the phone when she with you. I mean, when she ain't with you, whether you believe it or not, she gonna be on that fucking phone, bro. And like I said, nowadays it's too much of a risk nowadays. Like, it's so much stuff you can do nowadays to hide your dirt. Like, you can delete messages, you can put messages in a lockbox on the phone. You got passcodes on the phone now. You got facial recognitions and shit, fingerprints. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they start making them phones where you gotta goddamn put blood samples in that motherfucker to unlock it. You know what I'm saying? It's too many ways to get away with stuff nowadays than it was back in the days where you had to actually get to know somebody like person to person. You know what I mean? Like in the days where they had the beepers and the days where they had the flip phones and the only thing you could do was just call somebody. You know, even those times was better than these times. These times, hell no. Ain't no sense in getting married, bro. If you single right now, ain't no sense in trying to find no woman. I don't give a fuck if she a girl from overseas. They the same too, nigga. They the same. They got the same access, the same technology, same Android phones, same iPhone, same internet, all that shit. They have too many options, bro. Like nowadays, you can't trust these girls. If the girl say she love you, bro, I don't give a damn if this girl was from Thailand. If a girl says she love me personally and she from Thailand and I like her a lot, I'm gonna trust her 99. I'm gonna trust her 98%. That's it. The other 2%, I'm keeping for myself because I ain't trusting her 100%. Because I already know, bro, when it comes to a woman, she can easily go do whatever she want. You'll never know nothing about it. That's how sneaky women are. That's how much more excellent women are with keeping shit on the ropes versus a man. They are way more better at like cheating than a guy could ever be. A woman cheat in a way you won't even think she could cheat. You feel me? And like I said, I just think at this point in time that we live in now, marriage is too high of a risk. Like if you get married now, times that we're living in, since they are like economically harder than they used to be back in the day, all the prices are inflated, stuff like that. You know, plane flights is like $700. You know what I'm saying? A bag of chips is like $3.99 type shit nowadays. It's just everything is way too expensive. So if you're in a marriage with a chick and y'all accumulate all these assets, or y'all got 3 cars, 2 dogs, y'all got a house, and then y'all got Airbnbs or something. Y'all got y'all business together or something, or you know, then y'all go get these expensive ass rings from Zales or K Jewelers and shit. They cost $10,000 for.
So okay, so I respectfully to this man, you know, I'm glad that he learned something from his marriage, but everything that he's blaming on marriage is not the issue with marriage. The issue with marriage is divorce. That's the main issue men complain about. Getting raped through the divorce courts. That's the main thing. What you're talking about is the propensity for women to cheat and the technology for them to cheat. Let me tell you something. People are not fat because spoons exist. Okay, we can't say, oh man, there's fat people because there's too many spoons, man. You got to hide the spoons. No. Control how much you eat. The spoon don't eat for you. It's your tool for eating. And you can control, you could decide, you could say no to that extra scoop of ice cream. You could say no to extra food. What I mean by this is that he tried to conflate the idea that phones give you access to the world, therefore it's inevitable for a woman to cheat. I don't believe that. Now, do a lot of women cheat? Yes. Because in modern times, there's a lot of 304s. There wasn't a lot of 304s back in the day. There were always 304s. Let's keep it real. There's always thoughts. There's always whores. There's always 304s. But now more women are 304s. Prostitution and selling your body and trading sex for resources is Very common now. I would say 70% of women are willing to do that. 30% of them are not. They can't stomach it or whatever. But 70% of women are willing to do it. Back in the day, it might have been reversed, 30%. Whatever. Who knows what the numbers are? Maybe you guys can figure it out. But my point is saying is that a cell phone, even if it gives a woman access to cheat, it's going to be her mindset on why she cheats. Right? So we can't blame the cell phone on why people cheat. No, I can't agree with that. No, I'm sorry. That's like blaming, like I said, the spoon for why people are fat. Okay? Or blaming guns on why people die. You know what I'm saying? Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Okay? The idea to make the world safe is not to get rid of all the guns. And he probably thinks like that. Oh, get rid of all the guns. You know what I'm saying? Because if the gun's in someone's hand, they're going to use it. Not true. Not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm for responsibility. Being responsible with your resources, being responsible with your tools. Use your tools for responsible activity. Okay? There's limitless things you could do on your phone. Limitless. You could order a hitman on your phone to kill your husband, to kill your spouse. Doesn't mean we got to hide the phone. Okay? My dad used to always tell me, he was like, the same thing that we warm up our homes with could burn them down, right? Fire warms up our homes, cooks our food. But it could also burn the house down, okay? But that don't mean get rid of the fire, baby. That means use fire as with respect and in its proper domain, in its proper place, right? And there's best practices when it comes to flames. Don't just leave a flame on, right? Don't leave the gas on. Right? Make sure you turn off the stove. Things like that. And don't put candles by windows and by blinds and by curtains and stuff like that, because the candle could fall over and light the curtain on fire. Things like that. Best practices. But they don't mean get rid of the candle. Get rid of the stove. These people throw out the baby with the bathwater. So for him, in my personal opinion, I don't think he should have hated marriage. I think he hated marriage, though, because his wife was domineering and controlling. This is my guess. His wife was dominating and controlling. She made the money. Therefore, in her mind, she made the rules. And he got tired of a woman usurping authority over him. He did not want a woman to have authority over him. He got upset about that. And rightfully so. I can't blame a man for not being happy with his life if a woman's controlling his life, because it's improper. It's not appropriate. It's not biblical. It's not in scripture. Okay? God says specifically, never let a woman usurp authority over a man for a reason. Because again, you know how they say happy wife, happy life? That's true. And the reason why it's true is because if a woman's unhappy, she'll destroy everything. Men, we could suffer. We could be miserable, and we'll still sacrifice our happiness for our family to be happy. Right? We'll sacrifice our mental health for our family to have good mental health. Women, no. If their mental health is off, everybody got to pay. Everybody got to suffer. She ain't going to be suffering by herself. They're entitled like that. Today, I was at the DMV today. I walked into the building, right? Because I had to get my inspection sticker, like a new inspection sticker, because it's about to expire at the end of the month. And I walk in, and it's kind of crowded a little bit, so I'm standing there, and I see a lady. She comes right by me, and I'm by the entrance, right? And I'm standing. I try to move out. I move out her way, right? I move out her way, and she just looks at me. I'm like, what? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why are you looking at me? Like, just leave. She was like, you're not gonna open the door for me? I'm like, open the door for you? It was an older lady. She was like, you're not gonna open the door for me? She was like, I'm gonna tell your mother. I don't even know this woman, but she said, oh yeah, a man's supposed to hold the door open for a woman and hold the door open for a woman. Now I ain't want to argue with her. I was about to say, then what's a woman supposed to do for a man? I wanted to say that, but I was like, you know what? Let me just open the door. I'm gonna yield to her because I don't feel like arguing with this old woman. I don't mind if someone, but the fact that she demanded me open the door is the problem. Women are entitled to men serving them, but can we be entitled to arts can we be entitled to service to us from women? Can we be entitled to a woman's service? What is a woman supposed to do for a man? Kevin Samuels asked this, and no one could come up with an example of what women are supposed to do for men. They don't know. But they'll tell you everything a man's supposed to do for a woman. Oh, give up a seat, open up the door, do this, carry her groceries, pay the bills. Women are entitled to everything. They want the world to serve them. This is why I say being a woman is like being a child. You depend on everybody to do everything for you. You can't do anything for yourself, and you expect it. And you expect it with giving nothing in return. This lady, the woman thinks that I'm supposed to just open the door for her because she's a woman. And she demanded, she was like, how dare I? I don't even know you. Now look, I don't mind holding the door open for an older woman, but the fact that she demanded it shows the issue in this world. Instead of being polite, hey, sir, can you kindly open the door for me? Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Can't even ask for it. Just expect it. Just expect it. She just expects it. What can we expect from a woman? Hey, you my wife. Get on your knees. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. So being married, the issue is that the courts can compel you to deliver what you're expected in marriage. They could compel you to pay. Provide resources for women. They can compel you, but they can't compel that woman to do nothing for you. It's unilaterally, like divorce is a contract that's unilaterally enforced on the man's side. What a man provides in a marriage, in a relationship, he must provide, or he's going to get compelled by the courts to provide. And if he don't provide it, he can risk going to jail. But what can the courts compel a woman to do in our marriage? Nothing. That's why marriage is bad. Not because a woman can control you, because she don't necessarily have to control you in marriage. Fellas, you should never be walking on eggshells in your marriage. Or in a relationship, your girlfriend shouldn't make you walk on eggshells. Have I walked on eggshells in a relationship before? Yes. You know why? Because I was scared of losing this beautiful girl I was dating. But I should have never felt that way. I had a scarcity mindset. That was the old me. The new me, I cut girls off for the slightest thing. Because I have an abundance mindset. And I'm not going to let a woman rule over me, walk over me, no matter how good she thinks that booty is. No matter how good she thinks that punani is, no matter how good the head is, nothing that she provides will allow me to forget the order of things, the structure of things. I lead, you follow. Women are willing to follow everybody else, but when it comes to their man, they don't want to follow him. You know what I'm saying? They're demanding, they're rude, they expect, they're entitled to this, they're entitled to that. So to me, this guy, what he experienced was he don't like being in a relationship where he's the beta male. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Seems like a nice guy, but I gotta tell the truth. You know, shout out to him. I'm gonna put his link in the description. You guys want to go check out the entire video, go check it out. That's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie for him because he's a man. Just like women shouldn't lie for women just because they're a woman, right? I don't believe in this whole brotherhood of men. Men stick together against women. Nor do I believe in the whole sisterhood against men. Women stick together against men. No. Let's call the truth down the line, no matter what it is, whether it makes men look good or make men look bad. Okay? And to me, I just think he could just grow up and learn from this. You know what I'm saying? But the first mistake was marrying an older woman. Okay? But the fact that he was able to get divorced with no penalty, to me, it wouldn't even make me hate marriage. But I could agree not liking your circumstance when you're with a woman that's domineering and trying to control you and make you walk on eggshells. Yeah, that's hell for anybody, whether you're married or not. If that girl just your girlfriend, I'd never do it. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.